Welcome to episode 444. Why Eagles Why, entitled Why Eagles Why. When it was an Eagles opener, the actual real opener, in front of a home crowd, in front of Nick Foles, the GOAT, who won your Super Bowl, in front of a crowd that was just waiting to cheer you on. The day started out with a grandiose tailgate. Shout out to everyone who showed up. Everyone is electric. The vibes are amazing. Everybody's having a great time, ready to celebrate a W. Fourth quarter. I'm feeling so great about this team and just the idea of closing this game out. I get up out of my seat with, I'd say, 2 minutes, a minute and 51 seconds. They got this under control. I think a championship football team would have that situation under control. I start to look at the little decisions that are made by Sirianni. You know, we could all talk about the catch. Whatever. We have Saquon Barkley, who, if you saw his first 4 runs, it's like the first time since 2018 he's racked up 10 plus yards on a carry, back to back. 3rd and 3, with the team that doesn't have any more timeouts. This is not like, you could call it Philly analytics, overthinking shit. But 3rd and 3 with Saquon and the tush push, that should solidify 3 yards in my book. You paid the guy for a reason. I know you people say we paid him to catch footballs as well, but we know that Saquon can get you 2. And we know the tush push can get you 1. And we know that the Falcons do not have a timeout. Just the way that Sirianni, he's the head coach, so he must answer to all these questions. And I just feel like you are the guy to put this team in the best position to win. We've seen situations where this team has fallen apart under 2 minutes. Over the last 2 years, the Eagles we have the most meltdowns under 2 minutes. Talking about having a lead at the end of the game and actually holding it is the issue. You have to look squarely at Sirianni because he's the head coach. I did not like his comment at the end of you're the head coach. Put it on your chest and move forward. But then again, I'm still wondering who is in charge here, because at the end of the day, a Super Bowl winning head coach does not make these boneheaded mistakes. We're gonna get into it. I've asked all 4 of the guys to describe this team in 3 words. I'm gonna give you my 3, and then I'm gonna pass it off to Ev. I'm trying to be very everybody's pissed at this moment. My 3 words describing this football team at this very moment: unserious, undisciplined, uninspired. Evan.
Yeah. No, I'm hearing everything that you're saying, man. I'm hearing everything that you're saying, and it all resonates correctly in my mind. I'm kind of I'm on the fence right now, where I feel like I'm kind of straddling between, is what I believe true, or am I making some sort of knee-jerk reaction to this week? And I think the reality is that you need to look at the bigger picture. And there's been, just all sorts of stats that have been flying over Twitter. But we could start here. Jack Fritz putting out, talk about how since the Buffalo game last year, the Eagles are 2-7. Hurts has got 9 TDs with 8 interceptions, and he's got 5 touchdowns rushing, and in addition to 5 fumbles, with 2 of them being lost. He's got 14 combined touchdowns and 11 total turnovers in the last 9 games. This Eagles team that I'm seeing right now is more of the same of last year. And last year, I think that we wanted to sit there and push blame onto the coordinators, which I did, which I still believe was a major part of the issue. But as we sit here with our new coordinators that we've been so excited to see, we've been so excited to see how they're going to deploy this tremendous amount of talent that we have on this team. The problem is that we got no culture. That's the bottom line of this team. I think that we have a head coach that been saying it at the end of last year. I'm saying it in week 2 of this year. I don't know what he does. He does because like you said, Gail, you talk about a Super Bowl caliber head coach doesn't lose that game in that situation. You're right. And any coach that has any semblance of knowing what to do should not lose that game in that position, man. That was pathetic. You let a 38-year-old man coming off an Achilles injury who got sacked a ton of times last week just march down the field on you in like 70 seconds, and there was no fight. There was no nothing. You guys were. It was empty. It was pathetic. With all this being said, it's a long season. And do I think that the Eagles can go on a run and right the ship? Absolutely. I think that they can pull their heads out of their ass. But as it stands right now, it looks like more of the same of last year. And it's uninspiring to me.
And you're in Evan's 3 words. I'll let you read it yourself.
That was a soft ass team last night. Like I said, I'm reiterating the fact that Kirk Cousins, who Mr. can't show up in prime time. All we ever hear about is primetime Kirk. He's a mess. Well, guess what? He looked like a mess all last night until it came to the final drive, and that soft ass defense let him score on him. Unfocused. I mean, that's in the same vein there. I think that there was a lot of guys that it just seems disorganized out there. Both the coaches and the team feel unfocused on the greater picture of what's going on. The game plan seems unfocused and just downright boneheaded, man. Nick Sirianni, it's a 0-0 game, and you're down in the red zone pretty much of the opponent, and you're not taking 3 points. You know when that 3 points would have been helpful? At the end of the game, when that whole final drive wouldn't have even mattered because you would have been up by 2 scores. That's boneheaded. You're an NFL head coach. If you know how hard it is to get down the field and score, don't sit here and because it's the beginning of the game, be like, oh well, I felt like you were moving the ball well. You don't know how you're moving the ball at all. You haven't done it yet. Take the points when you can. I digress. Again.
Let me go. Yeah, man. Whoever thought that the frustration level would be this high after the first game of the season? It definitely wasn't something that we expected. I mean, the adrenaline rush that was building up to last night was good, man. Here we are starting, doing what we do best. We hosted a tailgate that I gotta say, man, big ups to you too. I think it was still a great tailgate, especially what we were going up against. I mean, we had Kelsey in the parking lots. We had ESPN, hosting the game. So there was a lot of people that were at those events. And, I mean, let's just keep it 100. We weren't really sure what the outcome was going to be for us. But, fellas, I got to say, I'm still happy the way that everything turned out. And, I mean, that's just always our buildup going into the game. Like knowing that we have another epic tailgate, a lot of people having a good time coming from all over the country, showing us love, showing the Birds love. And then we go into that stadium, and for that shit show that we ended up getting last night, it was definitely frustrating. I was trying to find some type of hypeness. Like I think I was texting you in the middle, like, where are you at? Like, like show me where you were sitting at, so I could at least give you some type of sign, some type of like. I had my wife with me, and she was into it. She was getting pissed, and it was just like something just needed to give, man. But we try to hang in there as much as possible. But I don't know. With 1 minute and 42 seconds left on the clock, man, it was just like I started biting my nails. I'm like, oh man, here we go. Well, here we go. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you got a thing for my 3 words, but
Oh
uh,
yeah.
yeah, my three are irritated, disillusioned, and disheartening, man. It's just crazy, just like how things are. I mean, irritated. I mean, lack of accountability. We had 9 penalties, 53 yards. That's huge. I mean, it was just like those flags were just coming all over the place, man. I just didn't understand. Yeah, we were questioning some of the refs' callings, but like, don't give them a reason to throw a flag. It just like felt like that's what they were doing. The play calling in the red zone uh, was just ridiculous. I mean, you guys said it yourself in the beginning of the show. We got Saquon Barkley for a reason. Utilize that man better than what we did yesterday. I mean, like some of those plays that were being called back when he scored that touchdown, and they said he was short. Like I'm watching that video. I'm still trying to figure out how was he short. It looked like he was there. Like I just don't get it. And then you're gonna go with the tush push. Yeah, mind you, we got the touchdown, but still, why put ourselves in situations like that? Like what is going on? And then of course the big play that we needed. Like, why would you go off with a dump off pass? You said it yourself, man. We could get 2-3 yards out of Saquon. Run the fucking ball. Like that was the opportunity for him to go ahead and get that touchdown for us and go up 2 scores, knowing that we were going to still have a good amount of time left on that clock. But at least it was a secure point for us, and we didn't take advantage of that. And then I got to ask the question: what did we get Dotson for? Like we didn't even utilize him yesterday, knowing that we got AJ Brown sitting out in this
The
game.
Britton Covey show.
Like it was, but it was just like yo, I'm not taking nothing from Britton Covey. I'm on the Britton Covey train, bro. He's good, but for those situations, nah, he doesn't have that body weight. He's not that guy. I mean, he's just not that guy yet. But you got Dotson for a reason, so utilize him. Why we didn't? It was frustrating. All right, I go to my next word, disheartened. Confidence with this team just hit a low last night. Like it's crazy. Like you again, the preseason leading up to last night's game is like, yo, we're gonna look good. This defense is gonna be strong. We got this. And then bam, I mean, reality hit us in the face. And then like, yo, let's stop with the going for it on fourth down shit. Like that shit was working for us back in 22. We are 2 years later and we're still trying that shit. Try a different scheme. It's just not working for us anymore. The percentage of us getting that is just not there anymore. We were at a high back in 22 and it just keeps on getting lower and lower. Now, goddamn, if you try it in next year, it's going to go even lower. Like, stop it. Like, let's just stop. Disillusioned defense, man. Like, what is up? Again, you guys all look good. We got a strong ass line, and y'all look like the weakest fucking line in the league last night. It's just like no explanation. I mean, we're there live seeing this shit, and it's just like, where is the power on this line? It was just not shown at all. Where the fuck is Huff at? What is going on? What happened there? I haven't seen anything from this guy in 2 games. I gave him a pass on the first one. I'll be damned if I give him a pass on last night, man. And then you got Davis. Evan, I owe you an apology. I mean, I was big on Jordan. And you made it very clear earlier this afternoon. You don't want to hear shit about Davis. I respect that. You have every right because there's nothing to talk about. He doesn't even give me a reason. You know what I mean? And then Carter, supposedly there was an issue with him yesterday. That's the reason why he started the game late. You know what I mean? So, it was just like, okay. And then look, man, my last thing is Slay. Bro, I go back to my previous comment about what I say. I'm expecting a lot from this guy this year. His him playing the captain role, him stepping up. That's why I said what I said. You saw that play last night. I mean, how do you give that kid that much cushion? All right, like how? How do you give him that much cushion? I have no understanding. So again, I go back to that's why I expect a lot from Slay this year because he was doing it a lot last year. And look, already started off the first game doing the same shit. So that's how I feel. Those are my 3 words, and I don't know if I can say it any better.
Yeah, I mean, frustration, man. This is frustration at its best. Coaching is just horrific. I've never seen. You know what's crazy about Nick? I have to say this. Nick has a perfect situation. He's the only coach that would get in his own way. We get down to 20. He wants to get cute. And I don't want to hear, Kellen is calling the offensive plays. No. He might be calling the plays, but Nick has something to do with it. Nick does not like running the ball. I don't care what nobody says. We get down into 20. Use Saquon. Stop trying to be the smartest guy in the room. It's not working. I feel like this is Chip Kelly 2.0. Like you're using, like we didn't even, like Prime said, we didn't even use Jahan Dotson. They had one design play for him. He got a first down. We stopped. It's mind-boggling, dude. Just to see like this dude is literally just trying to make him, like, he's trying to make himself feel like he's the offensive coordinator. Yeah, he came from Indiana, and then he's like, oh, well, I have a great mind. No. In Green Bay, we seen the pony. We seen a lot of movement. We seen Shipley in the backfield, Saquon in the backfield. A lot of movement. I will give that to them. They did a little bit of that. But when it comes to that empty ass formation, that dry, it's not even empty. It's dry formation. It's some bullshit. You know what it is. It's going to be a tunnel screen to the damn wide receiver. And matter of fact, let's go and put it this way. Let's go put it. We're going to give it a Cubby. Hey, and mad respect to Cubby. He did his thing. You know what I'm saying? It sucks a couple of just due to the RPO situation and these Jurgens and the eligible man down the field. That shit was driving me nuts. But why aren't we using the weapons that we should be using? I just don't understand it. Dallas Goedert didn't get the ball until fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. He should be in the slot.
With A.J. Brown not in the game, Dallas Goedert's not getting the ball in the fourth quarter.
It doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. I don't understand and don't even get me started when with Fangio and his damn defense. He got out coached in the fourth quarter. Straight up got out coached. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. He didn't. And then the D line, bro. Oh my goodness. I thought Josh Huff. I said Josh Huff. I'm bugging. You know what? He played like Josh Huff. I'm go ahead and do that. He did play like that. Bryce Huff was literally counting worms in the grass last night. They ran it his way the entire time because he couldn't set the edge. There's no setting the edge with that. There was one point where he adjusted his helmet in the middle of the play. That just lets you know his man card got taken away. You ain't about that life. You ain't about this. You ain't about this. Oh man, and it's so frustrating, bro. It really is. Slay, come on, bro. Like you better than that, man. I do like the accountability. I like the way you said, it was on me. But yeah, we got to do better than that. But like you take the points when it's right there. You don't try to do the dumb fourth and third. Like, come on, son. Like, we don't need that. You build points because it can be a deficit at the end. The results at the end. It's not the results now. The results at the end. I think sometimes Nick doesn't think up here. And this is exactly what I was talking about in the offseason that I wanted to see from Nick. And I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing the same this ego and everything. Like when I think when CJ made the stop, he goes and runs. Like, no, calm, cool, collective. Act like you've been here before. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see you getting hyped. You've been there, done that, bro. You on the sidelines. That's for the four of us to be like that. We supposed to be wilding out, foaming out the mouth when something like that happens. You expect that out of your players. That's the issue. He doesn't expect that out of his players. He doesn't. It's so frustrating to see this, man. We have so much talent. It is the craziest thing. And I know it's week 2, but I'm gonna tell you my frustration and how I feel or how we feel. Y'all can go with my 3. I'm sorry, guys. I had to go on one rant. Pathetic. Pathetic goes to the defense. Straight up pathetic. And the play calling was pathetic. It was hot and cold at times. Undisciplined. We already know what's up with that, man. I just talked about that. And then the word that you don't want to hear. Even my man, was it Claude Banks that said it or Ray? You soft with a capital S with a capital T at the end. Soft. You know what I'm saying? Like, You never want to hear that when you're a football player. Gail, Ev,
Nah.
Primo. When somebody says you soft and you're in that, you are in the midst of just battle and competitiveness. You never want to hear that. Somebody saying that you soft.
Think about. I mean, we keep on talking about this. Looks like a obviously in the offseason talk about this looks like a team that could go to the Super Bowl. All these things, and then you look at let's just break down leadership in this locker room right now. When we won the Super Bowl, I can rattle off five 10 players that like were true leaders in that locker room. Guys like Malcolm Jenkins, guys like Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson. Some of those guys still exist here, but who is a leader that is getting in somebody's face and holding them accountable on this team? Because some players struggle to hold themselves accountable. So
who was the dog
players
last night?
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Yeah, who was the dog? I mean, there was one dog that I saw, and that was CJ.
I mean,
but he's getting torched, bro.
Well, my thing was like, even though he had some issues, when it came time to make a play on that fourth down, that's when that dog culture. I said, we got dog culture right now. We got Pomeranian culture being brewed right now. I just feel like, obviously, no. This is I heard this from someone close to the vest in terms of leadership. Someone who's privy to the locker room and was like, who's going to be that guy to get in someone's face when it comes time to like redirecting some of the players to focus. That we have other leaders that do other things. I'm sure we have different leaders, leadership styles. Jalen's different, just as Brandon Graham is different, just as Slay is different, just as everyone has a different leadership style. We had guys like Fletcher Cox, who was a different leadership style than those guys. Who's going to check the culture inside the locker room? And I think when you see the little things, Melada has mentioned it previously, and I was talking about mistakes. But when you see the undisciplined stuff, Sirianni's in the press are talking about that's some of the coaches. It's the coach's fault. Like, bro, how are we having these issues with the RPOs and the with the guys lining up off? This should not be happening. And then again, it's early in the season, and we can be real and be like, if Saquon Barkley catches that ball, scores a touchdown, or falls on the ground, game over. We're not talking about half the shit that we're talking about, and we're like, okay, we chalked it up. We got a dub. We held off the Falcons without AJ Brown. It's good money, but real talk, AJ Brown is not going to be. He might not be here for another 2 weeks. So this team's got to get right and get right fast, because we're going to be off to New Orleans in a couple of days, and it sets a different tone.
And you know what's the real shame of it is that we sit here. I remember in the off season, one of my favorite things I heard out of the preseason camp, what they were talking about was they were saying, it was either a rookie or it was a new free agent that was here, and they were mentioned one of the vets that was here saying like, oh, you guys are practicing different, like you guys really going all out, like the way that last season ended, that's not happening again. Where's that energy? Because I feel like we've already forgotten about that. I feel like we've already got our head in the clouds here. Like it's everybody is. Gail, you've said something on the show in years past that is said when times are tough, and I feel like we're already there. Is what's your why? Wow, why are you guys here? Are you here because you want to win a Super Bowl, or are you here because you want to collect a paycheck? And it was whatever your answer is, I understand, but I want guys here that want to win a Super Bowl, man. And that energy doesn't feel like it's here.
It was just a lot of up and downs yesterday. I mean, we could go ahead and talk about some key players that made some good plays, but at the same time, it just felt like everybody was getting shitted on last night. Everybody in the secondary, everybody on that defensive line. All right. Mm-hmm. Like Even your son, Gail, like you got your boy, your son has some good plays, but he was getting killed at times. And it was just like, I don't know. It just felt like the momentum of all the players just went down at one point of the game. Like I thought the vibe in the stadium, you know, what I mean, the crowd was into it. It's just like they just weren't feeding off anything. I don't know where the hell everybody went. Like I'm just like lost, man. And then like you go back to again the two, I think it was two or maybe three, where linemen ineligible linemen downfield.
Mm-hmm.
Why throw to that outside guy? Why are we not hitting that slot guy? Like that. And then there was plays where I saw it for myself when they were on my side of the field, bro. As soon as they hiked the ball, Devontae taking 3 steps, cut. He had that defender broke, and Jalen was looking that way and didn't release the ball, holding on to it. And it was just like, yo, we were all screaming, throw the fucking ball. Like, it was just wild. Like, yeah, man, we just shot ourselves in the foot last night, big time.
You know, one of the
you know what's I'm sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
You know what's going on was crazy. There's no tempo. That's when that's when Jalen is at his best when there's tempo, and we seen a little bit of the tempo when he became a little bit of John Morant type of point guard, because that's what type of point guard he's supposed to be, a point guard, right? He became John Morant when he did he got tackled at 3 yard. It's like 3 yards short. He still got the first down, right? He had a rhythm. It was rhythm. Boom, 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 boom. Running the ball. And then short passes. There was none of that. It was none of that. You know what I'm saying? In the second half, it was just kind of like, yo, we're gonna scratch and crawl and see how we're gonna get here. And one thing I will have to say this, and I'm gonna piggyback this off Gail. Gail said, "Oh yeah, we don't have. It doesn't seem like we don't have a leadership. Guess who's still leadership? Guess who still has that leadership role, and is not on this team anymore? I want you to guess, guys.
Not on this team anymore.
Not on this team anymore.
What are you talking
Not
about,
Hassan
Kelsey?
Reddick, that's for sure.
Facts. All right. So I'll give you this. It's Fletcher Cox. He said he was so upset last night at the Eagles after the game. He sent some text messages saying, hey, we have to be better than this. For a team to average, I think it was like, 7.8 yards a carry? That's not Philadelphia defense. Mm-hmm. It's week 2, but it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
That right there should resonate with yourself to be like, yo, what are we doing? Like, come on now.
Well, the thing is, like, you talk about guys that retired, like a Kelsey and a Cox. Yeah. They retired knowing that, like, all right, this team's in good hands. I think I can step out, and it's cool. But rewatching the game with Eli Manning and Peyton Manning and Bill Belichick and Matt Ryan was very. I don't know if you guys seen that yet. Go back and watch that just to listen to them break it down. It's even more interesting at the very end of the game when it's 3rd and 3. And they're talking about like this looks on their faces. Peyton Manning, he's in the Hall of Fame. He says, and that is why you don't run the ball. I mean, that is why you run the ball. They also talked about a part in the game where why are the Eagles not defending the edges of the football field? Why are they not allowing them to throw midfield, not get out of bounds, run some clock?
Yeah.
Just
two consecutive passing plays. They just let them run right up out.
There's a whole lot to say, and it's funny. Like, again, if Saquon catches this ball, is a different vibe, different atmosphere. I do just think that this team has to reel and really look within. Who are they right now?
Let's refresh right here. I mean, this has been negative. Let's name one positive thing the Eagles pulled off last night, because I got one. I got one positive thing. Dude, ahead. The tush push is back. The tush push was looking nice last night. And you talk about Gale having Saquon Barkley and having the tush push. The tush push was rolling last night. Dude, we're sitting down there. All you needed was a first down. You're sitting there 3rd and 3. Run the ball and tush push. That's it's been working for you all night.
And they didn't have no timeouts. If you played it right, you would have killed that clock. You know what I mean? And we would have did what we needed to do. But nah, you're right.
But Hurts still has that in his back pocket though, so that's good to know.
Hey, Prime, do you think I would get out of my seat and try and beat some traffic if I didn't feel like confident in this team. It's rare that I try and dip. When I dip, it's like I'm 100%.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm walking back to the car. I'm walking back to the truck, and I didn't see your vehicle there. I was cursing you out. I was cursing you out.
You said it was Gail's fault.
I was cursing him out, and Autumn heard it all. Autumn heard it all. Where is he at right now?
I'm watching on my phone all the way down. I'm watching. I'm like, and then I'm like, no. I heard the crowd when Saquon dropped the ball. I was like, you got it. Collectively from the outside, you heard a gasp.
Oh,
that's how bad it was,
bro. Yeah. You can hear it through the TV. You know what really killed me though? When Scott Van Fleet said, "Yeah, it looks like we're going to the winter locker room," and then he said the Eagles, and I was like, "Mother."
Yo, they it was like they won the Super Bowl in the Falcons locker room. Again, I mean, there's no like excuses on our end of like why they won the game straight up, fair and square. There's no complaining or no about they made more plays than the Eagles did, but I'm talking literally about the little things the Eagles didn't do to win that game. It's almost like they gave the game away just by the plays that they called. I mean, that's what hurts the most. It's not like losing the game; it's how we lost the game. Yeah. Because we shouldn't have lost the game in that situation. Like if someone had fumbled, it would have been like, okay, you fumbled the ball, you throw a pick. Right. It's like, bro, if you just run the ball twice, game over. Because
you could have prevented it. You couldn't prevent the loss. If you run the ball twice. Even if you don't even get it, you're running the clock down. You got what, like 40-something seconds.
Yeah.
They had a minute 30 to score. You go down all the way to like 48 seconds. Like I just didn't understand it. I was just like, he really threw the ball. Like, and then like, yes, Saquon should have caught it. But I was like, he really threw the ball. Like, the ball hits the ground, like the time stops. The clock stops. I was in awe, bro. I was just like, but to piggyback off you, Ev, I will say this. Positive. Devontae Smith, he's a dog. That's all I got.
He's a dog. That's for sure.
Great dog.
Always a dog.
If anybody wanted to show up, Devontae Smith was a dog. That's why I've been saying it was going to be a Smitty game. He was a dog. And shout out to Covey. You know what I mean? He did his little thing.
I think the thing that is most annoying is the fact that, like, dude, this game should not have been close. We are such a better team than the Falcons. And, like, that's why I said here and, like, all the conversation about, had the Eagles just won this game, done this one right thing, then we won this game, this wouldn't be as bad of a conversation. Honestly, I didn't feel good at all during that game last night. I still think that we looked like we weren't playing up to our full potential. I don't know about you guys, but like I felt like the entire game we were just leaving shit out on.
No, I got.
Are you talking about the beginning of the game though? Or are you talking about the beginning of the game?
I'm talking about the entire game. Yeah,
I'm talking. I gotta go ahead and actually comment off of that. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was feeling the same way. Again, I was just trying to find a reason to go ahead and really get into this shit. They just weren't helping me. They really weren't helping me. I was just trying to feed off of the vibe of the crowd and everything because I couldn't even depend on my players to give me any type of vibe. Like it was bad, man. Like I just didn't understand the play calling. I didn't understand what the hell we were doing. I mean, I got somebody who lived in Central America. She just moved into Philly 2 days ago, came to the game last night, and she was like, is there anything that we're going to be expecting anytime soon? Because I didn't know I was going to come to this. And I'm like, wow. Like, I mean, for her to come out and say that was like, wow. Yeah. Like, holy shit, did I deserve that? Like,
right.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. It was sad, man. It was really, it was sad.
Now, shout out to my homeboy, Tim from, that I grew up with in Connecticut. Again, our friendship, was around the Eagles because we're the only Eagle fans. So we had to like rely on each other. This was his first time seeing a game at the link with his children and his wife. And I'm like, yo, you your sons got their first heartache as an Eagle fan, and I'm like, I'm sorry that you didn't catch the W, but going back to your point of prime about the stadium, there was one point in the game where I was like, all right, fans are going to close this one out. It was a collective, they were pretty hyped. They were. Everyone was hyped up. I was like, this is the kind of energy. This is the kind of energy I like. I'm feeling like the crowd's in it. You're just going to close it out, be professionals. We're going to go on with our business. And now everyone's having the biggest therapy session of their lives some month. And again, are we overreacting as Eagle fans? Probably a little bit. We just have to be honest.
We're just venting.
I don't know, man. That's how I opened up the show. I was talking about, is this the right reaction, or is this a knee-jerk reaction that I'm feeling? And I think the thing that is making me feel like this is a warranted reaction is exactly how the season ended last year. Like this is exactly what the team looked like at the end of last year. There's no fight. And if we're sitting here week 2 with no fight, dude, it's going to be a long season. Let me tell you what, we're staring down the barrel of a Saints team right now that has put up 40 plus points in 2 consecutive weeks. We come back from New Orleans with stinky shoes from Bourbon Street, and we're 1-2, bro. Nick Sirianni, you are in the hot seat, pal.
If it doesn't go the way that we wanted to go, we're going to be like Alvin the Chipmunks. Alvin!
Yeah, I mean, talk about running backs. Josh Jacobs, you got Jawn. Now you got Alvin Kamara. Okay, and then you got Evan's favorite quarterback, Taysom Hill, with his little rushes. That could be that. I'm not going to get into it, but here's a stat here from Rube. This will make your blood boil. Going back to last year's Eagles edge rushers have 4 sacks in the last 10 games. 3 by Hassan Reddick, 1 by Brandon Graham, and 0 in the last 6 games without a sack from an edge rusher. That is crazy. Now, another one, in the dog pound, as I titled. No pun intended. Yes, pun intended. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Nolan Smith so far through 2 games, 2 solo tackles, 1 quarterback hurry, no sacks, no big plays.
You see the chip block that boy gave Nolan Smith yesterday?
Woo,
running back
him on his ass. On his ass.
Hey, they still got more statistics better than Bryce Huff. He got 1 assist.
I mean, the whole Bryce Huff thing is like you literally had the most. And again, I'm looking dead at you, Howie. You had the most consistent edge rusher that you've had in here in the last 3 yards. Camden zone. Shout out to Prime. Shout out to Ev Temple. You had one of the most consistent edge rushers in here in the last couple of years, and you let him walk. You gave Hassan's money to Bryce.
To the guy down the block. You gave the money down to the guy down the block. You didn't give it to our guy. You gave it to him.
I will totally give you. I will totally give you that he swung and missed big time with the Huff over Hassan Reddick thing. But as I sit here, like this is much more of a Nick Sirianni problem than it is a Howie Roseman problem to me. Simply because we sat here, at least I sat here in the seat a couple weeks ago. We had a show leading up to the season, talking about our expectations for the Eagles this year, and I said Howie Roseman did everything he could. We can't. I can't sit here and expect these players that have performed in the past are not going to perform now. Howie Roseman on paper put together the best squad he could, in my opinion. And the guys that we got just aren't performing.
So you're saying that he went grocery shopping and Nick can't cook anything up?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he got the right ingredients. I'm saying that we got some chef back there that's trying to cut everything up with butter knives.
Maybe we need to get you and Alex back there.
I want you guys to go back and watch the game and see on that very end of the game. Look who is standing behind Sirianni. Howie is super close. Mm-hmm. He is super close in terms of how close are you? Is this? I don't know. Just go look at it. I was just like, for a second, I was like, man, this is a little too close to Sirianni right now. What is going on? Who is directing who? I don't know. I'm just like, if you watch the press conferences, Sirianni does look over at times like, can I, and I just, again, it's very early. It's week 2. We caught an L. Eb, I'm trying to be as positive as I can be.
Get ready, because I got a hard-hitting question for you. Not to bring down the positivity here or anything, but I mean, 2 years ago, Jalen Hurts was an MVP candidate, right? The year that the Eagles won the Super Bowl, Carson Wentz was an MVP candidate, right?
Oh shit! Here we go.
Two years removed. What are we thinking of him?
Oh shit!
I'm just saying. I'm saying about both.
These are questions.
Both of them. I'm saying to myself, like, can we be realistic now?
See, Carson, this is why I kept you on my wall.
Can we be realistic? This play keeps on continuing. We got to have an honest conversation about Jalen Hurts. We have been regarding him as a top 5 quarterback in the league. Is he playing like a top 5 quarterback? Hell no.
But no, I'm saying, after yesterday's game, are we saying that loss is on him?
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying I want to have an honest conversation about Jalen Hurts. I mean, is he a top 5 quarterback in this league? Is he a top 10 quarterback in this league?
I also think that you have to start looking at the tendencies of how Jalen plays and where the league will catch up to you if you do not work outside of your tendencies, diversify your bonds. Again,
number 11.
So it's like, it's one of those things where and again, this is stuff that you just pick up and you hear from people that you have to like listen to, and I don't want to listen to it, but I have to listen to it because the person that said it, then I'm like, I guess it's Bible now. I have to like listen to it about, Jalen staying in the pocket versus rolling out too soon. Just like, again, we're all looking at the same thing, but obviously you wonder if the league is catching up to the tendencies and how they defend Jalen, because that's what I'm being told, how the defensive edges and how bringing zero and how they drop and to make him panic into certain, or him not looking to the middle of the field as much as we would like to, or again, but
throwing off his back foot.
I have hopes that he gets back to where and then again, I think the idea of having Saquon Barkley in here alleviates the stress of moving some of these chains, like again with Saquon ripping off his first 4 runs. That's why he's here, to alleviate the pressure. But I really do think every time, like Tim, like you said, those empty looks, I'm like, I hate the where's more play action? Can we get some misdirection? Like this
under center though, Gail. There was no under center.
That's what I'm saying. Like, can we get back to some of that stuff?
Yeah, man. I just don't understand it, because the play action was working. Like, I don't understand why they went away from it. And I will say this, and damn, is AJ that way more valuable, or is just Jalen's safety net?
Well, if you listen to Belichick summed it up nicely. He said when they asked Belichick, how would you defend the Eagles in this type of situation? He said, with AJ out, we will now roll coverage to Devontae Smith. We will put our best cover guy on your wide receiver 2, and then have at it. And I think that's exactly what they did. And again, it speaks to everything that we've been wanting and talking about. We talked about if a wide receiver named AJ or Devontae goes down, what is your backup plan? We talked about Jahan Dotson, but Jahan Dotson just got here. So a little too late, Howie, to bring in that wide receiver 3 that we've been talking about for a while. I just think getting him in late, but again, figure out some plays quick.
And what was the other position that we sat here all off season and said, we got to shore up?
run defense, the edges,
Safety.
Yeah, it's
Jesse
bad, bro.
Bates, man, he played really good. Jesse Bates played good.
He definitely did, man.
Now, yeah, if you guys want to talk positives, the 49ers lost. They also have a wide receiver named Debo injured, a running
That's
back.
not positive. That's not positive.
Listen, running back injured. Dallas also lost. Another top team in the NFC, they say.
Mhm.
The Lions also lost.
I see where you are. Okay.
So in terms of everyone's catching an L, and again, I might have sent out a couple memes out there. It's all in fun. But here we are sitting with an L. Self-scouting here.
Hey,
but it's like you got to retract that. Like now, you know what I mean? When it happens, when it happens again. Are we sending out the memes? Are we going to go ahead and run our mouth?
No more memes. No more memes.
I'll build off of what Gail said as well, though, too. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you look at last year and the year before that. We started off the years hot as hell, right? We started out either 9-1, 10-1. We were rolling to start out the year. And last year, I mean, there was all these people that were making comparisons to, what was that, the 2019 Steelers when they started out 10-0 and then lost their last 7 games. And we didn't want to sit there and believe it, but that was the reality of the situation. I think that if I am trying to twist this around into some sort of silver lining, maybe it's best that we got punched in the mouth early. Maybe at 1-1, it's best that we got punched in the mouth early, and we can sit back and reassess and be like, you know what, we don't smell that good. We got to get our shit straight.
Really hope that's the case, bro.
Yeah, I'm right behind you on that one. I hope they'll learn from the mistakes of this loss, and I hope that they hear the downpour from the fans, like how this. No. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right.
It was so interesting leaving that stadium last night. I mean, everybody had a different comment. Nick Sirianni was getting shitted on. Jalen Hurts was getting shitted on. Saquon was getting shitted on. Secondary was getting shitted on. God, I mean, I think maybe a good half a mile. Slay was definitely getting slaughtered. Once we got into the parking lot, couldn't move an inch. So we were hearing it from everybody that was walking by the truck. So I mean, like, yeah, it was definitely
everybody's catching strays.
Definitely let it be known last night for sure.
I was walking out of my apartment building last night, and so I was driving my girlfriend home after the game, and there's this guy that was coming back in that like I didn't even see him. I'm just walking out, kind of mumbling to myself, just in. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have both been there, where you just get so pissed off, you're like, these guys are fucking losers, man. Just like I'm sitting there, just having a pity party for myself on the way outside of my apartment complex. And I see this guy that's walking in an Eagles shirt, and I'm just mid sentence talking to myself, going, "They're fucking losers, man." And he just looks at me, and we both just make eye contact. He just went, "Oh!" He just started fucking growling, didn't say anything. He just went inside.
That's how it was with.
That was literally.
I'm walking with Autumn, and I mean, she was like dropping the F-bomb like so much. I'm looking at her like, "Damn, you see my frustration, like,
right.
These motherfuckers, fuck, what the fuck." I'm like, listen, babe, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, it was crazy, bro.
Nah, but to finish what I was saying was basically like, yeah, we got punched in the mouth right now, but I'm hoping that this submerges the team together. That say, hey, because the last year we took the hit at the end of the season. So if we can, you know how it is in 2001, 2000. They, the whole plane situation, it was on like 3-0 or something, or 0-3 or something like that. And then boom, they went on this like magic carpet ride, boom, hitting the gas to it. That's what I'm hoping, because you can fix these. You can fix this. This is fixable.
Yeah.
We're in week 2 now. So it's not like, oh man, like last year it was raining and pouring. We didn't know what the hell to do. And also you still that man Devin White. You know what I'm saying? So I think he needs to be activated, because good Lord.
The whole Devin White situation, like how it got weird so quickly, and how it's like I don't know if he just fell out of Fangio's good graces, but like the fact that the man wasn't even in a uniform when he was a full practice last week, full participant. I don't know what that means. Is I think with Jalen Carter's whatever issue they had, is there some kind of, again, we heard the Miami guys talk about certain things about. I don't know. I'm just saying it feels weird when Devin White is like, oh, we just paid for a linebacker. Howie, for the love of God, thank you. You spent some money on some linebackers, but this Devin White situation is kind of weird.
Dude, it feels like the defensive coordinator thing all over again last year. Like we went into the year, everyone's all hyped for Sean Desai to be the defensive coordinator, and then lo and behold, like right before the season starts, like, yeah, by the way, we got a backup defensive coordinator named Matt Patricia. Just gonna slide that one in there. And like all off season, we've been hearing about Devin White. Devin White's going to be the captain of this defense. Devin White's going to be the guy. Blah blah blah. N'Kobe Dean's going to be the starter. By the way, like it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, man.
No,
it doesn't, bro.
We do. You talked about positives. Booker, in his limited amount of snaps, he showed out. There was that play where he hustled down the sideline, and then again he getting pressure. I just think Booker. I mean, that kind of effort.
I respect it, but I just feel like we're doing the like.
You got to respect it.
I respect it 100%, and I love that guys that you're not expecting to step up are stepping up. But it's just reminiscent of the Greg Ward days where I'm sitting here. I'm like, things are so bad. We're like, here's this UDFA that's performing well. So,
bro,
all right.
If a UDFA comes in 9 snaps and gives you more production out of the guys you drafted in the first round, like I got to be set just from a. I'm just giving you a hat tip, Booker, because
totally
at least you show it. Because the coaches are going to look at Booker in a meeting and they're going to point to him. They're like, see that motherfucker over there? Yeah. He showed up. He had 9 snaps and showed out in his 9 snaps. It is what you do with your opportunities. And again, there's going to be a lot of opportunities. The biggest opportunity for us is actually going to New Orleans. It's a big opportunity.
Hell yeah, man.
But shout out to Philly Sports Trips. We have the big Birds take over with Angelo Cataldi in the building. That should be crazy. The Birds take over with Brian Dawkinson. Tampa is going to be bananas. And then we have the Birds take over in New York. This is the Saquon homecoming. For all you Giants fans talking smack, this is your opportunity to back it up and show up at the stadium. Shout out to the Bengals. We still need to win in the Bengals stadium. So that'll be a great opportunity. Prime, what do you think about this next list?
I mean, we're talking about, the trip to Dallas, which I'm always looking forward to. We got Jeremiah Trotter Sr. up in there. So, something to definitely look forward to. And the big one that we just can't stop talking about, Los Angeles, when we got, 2 of our own that all 4 of us have pretty much watched their whole careers. And, exciting. LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson joining us in Los Angeles. So, you guys got to go ahead and book it, make it happen. And then what we got? Washington. You took off the. Can y'all hear him? I can't hear him.
No,
I can't hear him.
Hear his explanation.
He sounds like he's doing a commercial for his Brazil soda.
I was drinking
He did sabotage me there.
Yeah. Like you need to do a damn commercial.
I was drinking this is the only thing that's making me smile right now.
Yeah. Well, can I get that?
I ordered some.
Can I go ahead and talk about
seriously? This guy is. Here you go, Prime. Let me help you out there.
Thank you. So I was all right. I had it backwards, but Baltimore. The trip to Baltimore, another one we're looking forward to, a nice real road trip, and then Washington. The big bus trip. And I gotta say, one of the biggest tailgates that we kind of like throw every time we have it every year. So looking forward to that one as well.
Hopefully everybody makes it in this year. There was somebody that got a little bit too sloshed out in the parking lot last year.
2 years in a row.
2 years ago? Yeah.
2 years in a row. No, I'm saying 2 years in a row.
In a row, right.
Yeah.
Today I said to myself, I'm sitting there, one of those, I'm not a big fan of mumble rapping, but I feel like that's what mumble rap is when you're just mumbling to yourself. Did a whole lot of mumble rapping about the Eagles. I was like, why do you like this team so much? Like, why do you let them rule? Why do you let them rule your life? And I'm like, then I said, you know what? That's just who you are.
Don't you guys just wake up in the morning, just sitting there in the bed, like, how the fuck do we lose? Like, now I gotta get up and I gotta find a way to go to work and hear
Right.
everybody's mouth that I was just giving it to the day before. Like,
Oh,
fuck.
bro. First time, I walk in the door. Kids, sorry about your birds. Oh. Damn kids.
Elena says that was disrespectful in the face of Foles' retirement and Kelsey hosting Monday Night Football. There's legends in the building. The fact that Fletcher Cox he was out there tailgating with Bud Light. I mean, the legends were in the building. So the fact that you got embarrassed in front of the hose, very tough scene out here. Very tough scene. I mean, I'm not my other. If I'm just being honest here, I'm at what point. Or I'm not what point. When is Nolan Smith going to show out?
When is Nolan going to show out? When is Huff going to show out? When, you know what I mean? Like, when's Carter going to show out? When's Davis going to show out? I mean, I know it's 2 games into the season, but I mean, come on, man.
And again, you won't find bigger fans than Nolan Smith. When we drafted him on draft day, that was a guy that we targeted. The Eagles. We talked high enough about Nolan Smith. Thank God we didn't draft him with the 10 spot. I'm just saying we felt very high about Nolan Smith, and again, I feel like he's a leader for the Dogs, but he's got to step it up for the next level. There's a lot of comments that we're trying to get to. There's so many comments that there's so many points in here that we can bring up. BO 1990 says we play too slow, too many penalties. Agreed.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, 9 penalties, 53 yards. I mean, not every penalty was definitely our fault. I mean, I just think it was just stupid. I mean, especially like when Jalen spiked that ball. Like, yo, come on, man. He was in the moment. Like, you see that all over the NFL. Like, you can't pick and choose when you guys want to go ahead and call that as a delay of game. Like, come on. Like, it's just wild.
That was kind of rough. And I mean, even the celebration from Drake London, I thought, I was like, come on, that's not like the kid just celebrated.
Yeah,
like he just threw a flag. Some big penalties by the refs. Then I started thinking,
how about the one penalty where I forgot who it was, one of their linebackers, I think, ended up punching our player. Was it a linebacker on that? Somebody punched.
Oh, CJ DJ, he got punched.
Yeah, he got. Matter of fact, it was off. They're running back.
Right,
running back
Ray McLeod. Ray McLeod.
Yeah, punch CJ. Yo, bro, I think last time I remember somebody getting punched in Atlanta and Eagles game, Trotter and my man got kicked out the game. Like, what happened there? That was a clean punch right in front of the ref.
Right in front of the ref. Right in front of the ref.
Jess brings up the BG penalties. There was a couple of those.
That was bad. That was bad. He knew it.
Todd brings up, he says, yeah, Jalen, got to get the ball out and trust the pocket. We talk about trust the process in Philadelphia, but trust the pocket is a thing. I do think he did, we're talking positives here, he did have a couple nice runs to get some of these first downs, but I think, I was looking at that first drive, and again, first drives sometimes set the tone. You got a 3rd and 9, and the Eagles choose a QB draw on that play.
That was the dumbest play.
And I'm like, watching Peyton Manning and Eli, they were like, their faces are like, well, of all plays, like they're like, they must have seen something on tape. But again, it's 3rd and 9. Like, can we not keep risking our quarterback?
No, I mean,
on some of these plays.
That's been exactly. I mean, to come down on Nick Sirianni some more. That's been exactly his MO. I mean, he tends to try and be the smartest guy in the room, try and outsmart everybody, and he just ends up outsmarting himself. And I mean, I kind of sat there, and while I want to say I was surprised, I was sitting there thinking, I bet you some dumb shit's about to come right now. That's exactly what happened. So,
facts. That's why you need to. You know what we got to do? We got to do like a donkey of the day segment. Now, donkey of the day is Nick Sirianni. Donkey of the day.
There was a point in time I had spoke to Nick Sirianni about doing some customs. He's never got that energy, and it's been a while.
Don't do it.
It's been a while. in a very long time.
Nah, he needs some Bobos. He don't need no Jordans or no Nike. He need Bobos. Tevas. Give him some Tevas.
Again, like we're the Eagle fans are tough, but again, everybody analyzes this team so closely. All the dumb, even the way that he handled that question yesterday, I didn't like it. The way that he handled himself after the Kansas City win, and having to run up to ESP in the hallways of that stadium and let him know, like, you're a head coach, man. You're the coach of the Eagles, man. Like you said, you've been there, done. Like there's a point in time when you're the head coach of the Eagles.
Yeah, and that's I mean the Hollis on this show talked about last year or 2 years ago. He talked about winning in spite of the coaches, winning in spite of the coordinators. I think that we're kind of still facing that same issue. When I look at this roster, I think we've got a really good team, man. Like we've got the bones of a really good team, and I think what we're being hindered by is our coaching. I think that our players are not being put in the right position to succeed. And I think that there's a lack of just leadership within the locker room, both at the player rank and the coaching rank. So
what do you think?
Regardless, they got to fix it.
What do you think Saquon Barkley said to the team after? Do you think I probably feel like Saquon stood in front of the team or in front of some of the players and it's like, that's my bad, and
he seems like the type. I mean, the way he's been talking highly, about how he's enjoying himself here and how the chemistry here. I could see that. The fact that he probably took that one and, I could see him standing in front of everybody and, apologizing that he didn't make that catch. But, at the end of the day, it was just like he just didn't have to be in that position neither. Like just hand the ball off to him. That's where, that's what he's best at. That's what we paid him the money for. That's why we brought him to the team. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, it was in our hands to go ahead and definitely take it, and we just shit the bed, bro.
Now, Pete Nathan asked who's going to New Orleans now. I mean, it doesn't stop.
They don't Eagle fans, bro.
Our fandom.
Yeah. Man, what's wrong?
Lose a game and I cancel a flight? Come on.
I can't wait to see Pete. Oh my God, I can't wait to see.
Yo,
yeah, where's he from? LA?
No, don't dox him now.
No. I mean, is he from LA or something like that?
What's your address, bro?
Come on, man.
My thing is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens. We show up for this team, and after all these years, you haven't realized that. Win, lose, rain, snow, sleet, we're gonna be there. Tailgating and monsoons. We've done that.
4th of Jawn is on the go.
So we support the team. That's that regardless.
With that being said, can we end the show with talking on some positivity? Let's talk about how everything went yesterday, bro. Let's talk about that tailgate. Yeah, let's talk about the tailgate, man.
Well, because you said
we did our job.
You said
we did our job. We always do our job.
I know. I'm going to say this: security. I know you're doing your job and doing what you've been told. And the police officers that are standing there, like blocking people from parking, is a whole nother level of. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Last year was a mess doing that, and now you're doing it again. So I went up to the parking lot security attendant. I said, "Can you just?" I know you. I said it, bro. I know you're doing your job, but can you tell me what other parking lot does this in this Olive Eagle fandom? He said, "This is the only lot. G lot is the only lot to do this." And I'm like, I've never seen this in my life.
So you guys have problems? Yeah. Like, what was the problem?
You can't park.
I was getting ready to go ahead and say that one for my hot take. I'm just saying.
Hold on. I have a question. So you weren't how we usually were at, like in the middle?
Bro, they switched the whole game up. They took us away from everything. Like, mind you, I'm not taking nothing away from ESPN. I'm not definitely taking nothing away from the GOAT, Jason Kelce. We're talking about Jason Kelce. Anywhere he's going to be at, he's going to draw a crowd. But seeing some of the videos, seeing where he was walking, he could have literally stopped by our tailgate had we been at the usual spot that we were at. That was the frustrating part. That's what set me off. So I said to my man, just like Gail, I said to my man, listen, I respect the job that you're doing. You're only doing your job. But if I was the manager, I would have done it the opposite way. Why are you starting from the back end up? Start from that spot where you know these people that have been dedicated first thing in the morning to being here. This is where we tailgate at. You guys have seen us here. We run this shit. Not speaking, you know what I mean? Not speaking like with ignorance or anything, but we run this shit. Let us do us. So let us get our spot, and everybody else work their way to the back. But no, they did it ass backwards. Half that parking spot in the back was already filled up. Me and Gail got a spot, but we still had to go ahead and walk our stuff all the way to that court. It was just a lot, man. It was just a lot. Changing the game. All
right. Well, we're gonna end off positivity. I'm sorry, I just had to ask the question.
No, it's all good. But I mean, like, yo, Gail, go ahead, speak on it, man. Speak on the tailgate, because I mean, it was another.
I mean, I'll speak on some positivity. Shout out to all the people that helped out, man. I mean, I think when you think about pulled pork, you got to think about Smoking in the Sun, aka Alex, in the building. His pulled pork was off the chain.
Two sandwiches there.
You know, always a good time with Alex. Shout out to Appleton Catering. Shout out to my homie.
They killed it too, man.
Joe D. Make with the shrimp, mac and cheese, and sausage and peppers. First and foremost,
I didn't
shout out.
No pictures of the food. I didn't get no pictures of the food.
Hey, you know, sometimes you got to show up.
All right, Gail.
First and foremost, shout out to Evan Hollywood Hearn. You can take a bow whenever you're ready.
Appreciate it. I want to give a little shout out there. I mean, I have to shout out. I mean, obviously the game, we've seen better. We hope for better. The tailgate was awesome, but I have to give a special shout out to my man Todd, bro. Todd ended up dropping in the best tip that I have ever gotten out of here. And you guys are all generous. I'm thankful for every tip that you guys give me, whether it's $1, whether it's whatever. But Todd came through in a big way yesterday. And he's like, I got something for you for all the cheesesteaks you make. How about a BG?
That's what's up.
No, that's love. That's love,
bro.
son.
That's love.
A legit. Not no Bobo, nothing. This is a legit
Bobo.
Brand, bro. Todd, thank you, bro. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Frugal Gang.
Todd said I could use it once or twice.
I don't know about that.
That's a community. Ev, that's community jersey, Ev.
Facts. So when I come in from Cleveland, I'm gonna have to wear that.
Yeah.
Typically, you know what I mean? I'm the one handing it off to them. Like, yeah, this guy made him. Yo. You know what I mean?
Bob from Down Under says, move back to F-Lot. You know, I spoke to Lowski today. I was like, you know, we might just have to just move back to F-Lot.
So we're gonna get hidden behind all those trailers, bro.
Right.
That's Trailer City over there.
I'm saying.
I like the grass.
We might just have to move around. We might just have to move around.
The grass is easy on the knees.
No, I hear you on that.
Not for the sneakers. Man. This guy's sneakerhead. You in the grass.
That is true.
Yeah, we always got the.
I just want to let you know, I rocked your babies last night at the game, man. They were nice and comfortable. And then, you know what I mean? I checked on them this morning. Still looking fresh.
Baby
word.
We always got our backup spot. That we
the customized Jordans, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Also shout out to Jesse Wines for the dope flyer. Appreciate all your help as usual. Stop whining if your graphics are whack. Go hit up Jesse_Wines for more graphics. Shout out to Crafty Jawn for all the chunky chains that donated.
Man.
Some great giveaways yesterday. That was awesome.
Chains was off the hook yesterday. Mm-hmm.
The look on people's faces when they get one is crazy. I posted a picture and some of my old college teams are like, yo, who made the chain? Can he make this chain? Hit up Crafty Jawn, craftyjawn.com. Make Prime, you got a custom Prime chain?
I got a custom Prime chain. Yeah, I put it away, but yeah, I got a custom Prime chain. Good looks on.
It's a perfect opportunity to show it off.
All right, give me 1 minute. I'll go grab it real quick. All right.
What other positives do you have from tailgate?
From the tailgate itself, I mean, like I said, we all did our job. We were while we got our new spot. I will say, if there's a positive in that new spot, I kind of like being up against the gate and being able to have that separation and the people watching ability, just kind of lure people in around the gate for them to come in. But just positive wise, it was nice to see everybody, man. You know, a lot of new faces, a lot of old faces, and just getting everybody together. We only get to do it like 8-9 times a year, so it's fun.
Look at
Very
that
nice.
chain. Look
There
at
we
that
go.
chain.
Dope. That's dope.
Shout out to Crafty for that one. Shout out to Brianna.
And Wifey ended up winning one last night.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Inside trading going on here.
When I heard the number, I was like, "Oh shit!"
I was gonna say, shout out to Brianna. She was at the tailgate. She said, "I don't care what lot, I'll be there every time." And again, man, appreciate everyone. You see people from all over, and sometimes they're like, "Oh, my friend told me to come here. This is my first game." A family from Scotland came. They had a good time. They were
cool.
It's always good to see people just having a good experience. And again, I think this is the funnest part of what we do. It's like getting to meet cool people all over the country, all over the world, and kind of just like as we travel around the country. You know, I met a lot of Floridians at the tailgate. They're going to be at the Tampa game. Shout out to Pierre. He said he said he'll take us out on his boat in Florida. Primo,
that's awesome.
That'll work.
He said let us know what day he will take us out on the boat. Down to Tampa. So like again.
I mean, while we're talking about positives from the tailgate, a shout out to the people in general. I mean, I wasn't there for the final, like when everybody left and everything, but generally looking around, y'all were keeping it cleaner than usual. There was a lot less litter on the ground. I appreciate you guys going and finding a trash can. I appreciate everybody that was helping out with taking the trash bags out. That was a huge help. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, respect for that for sure.
Resident hater Pete Nathan, don't get too down on yourselves next week. It's gonna get worse before it gets. I think Pete just sits in a closet and just thinks of bad thoughts. I mean,
he like pushing buttons, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, evil villain, $1 million.
Oh man,
the Eagles will lose by 1,000. Like, come on, man. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think who else did we miss anyone else that we should shout out.
Simone was at the tailgate. That was pretty cool.
She was doing some content.
Yeah.
Shout out to Simone.
And she brought some Falcon. Her boyfriend's a Falcon fan. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Terrell. He works for, I believe, an outlet. He showed up. He's an Eagle fan that lives down in ATL. But he complimented everybody for the vibe and the overall welcoming of the squad. So I think I mean any let's talk about it. You got one take that you need to get off your chest before we get out of here?
Oh yeah. Going back to the parking situation, man. Like I said, I mean, you guys know what we go up against. We try to go ahead and have everybody be involved, and it was a little frustrating when everybody tried to reach out knowing where we were at. Y'all got to come up with a better scheme or listen to us fans. We know we're the ones that are there. We're paying. We're doing everything the right way. You know what I mean? So like, just give us the respect in return. Like, just listen to us. Like, let us be. You know what I mean? We ain't doing nothing that we ain't supposed to be doing. Like it just sucks. Like, I feel like we could have been involved in a whole lot more yesterday, but knowing that we were just deep in that corner, it took away from a lot. But hey, look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. We still gonna go ahead and make the best of it. You know what I mean? So that's my take. Like, just parking situation got to get better.
Yeah. Donnie says the hospitality you guys display brings my wife and I back every time. Thank you. This is the OG now. Now you see Donnie in the parking lot. You pay respect to the OG.
Oh,
Donnie. the OG. Donnie was looking for the first episode of 4th and Jawn. I actually couldn't even find it.
Thank God.
Oh wow.
Oof.
He said, "Thank God."
Stinks.
Shout out to Jess. She says, "Hint Prime." I never, do I have to send an email to Uncle Don?
Yeah.
Hey Don, come on, man. Can we just get some? Can we just a little area?
Yeah, like
Yeah, you should.
It's on the grassy knoll. Have a good time. But also shout out to we did forget some. We shout out to Red Bull for giving the tailgate wings, and shout out to Evan.
Oh yeah,
for,
shout out to the 2 representatives from Red Bull that ended up coming and giving us, some more goods yesterday late.
Different flavors. I know Evan's like, I got a case. Don't worry about it. I took one with me, bitch. Shout out to Bud Light for providing the suds for the tailgate as well.
Did you get the cans? You get cans?
Nah, those are hard to get.
Yeah, I figured that. I seen a couple people on ESPN with them. I figured I asked.
What they remember the Super Bowl cans they had?
Yeah,
everyone was trying to get. Did you get one of those? Prime, you got one of those?
The what?
Super Bowl cans.
Yeah, I got the Super Bowl cans. Yeah.
See, I don't have those.
Yeah.
Ev, I know Ev got to take. Not one take.
I do, and it's hot, man. It's spicy. It's a hot tamale in this area. I am a diehard. Yeah, it used to be in my Twitter bio. A diehard Jason Kelce, Tyrese Maxey stan, right? Jason Kelce, I still love him to death, and I'm happy that he is cashing every check possible. I think I'm reaching a level of Kelce doubt right now, bro. I think it's everywhere. Everywhere.
God,
I thought I had a hot take. I'm like, ooh.
Told y'all, bro. I mean, you got something spicy. And I'm happy for him. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that, like,
this is brought to you by Put Him in the Bathroom.
A little bit much.
He's
you
just
and Pete in the bathroom.
He's a millennial. Sometimes he speaks his mind.
Me and Bruce ain't afraid. We'll stand together in the bathroom.
Yo, Jason, you want to come on the pod? I saw that podcast with Hollywood.
Yeah, thanks, he probably would come on here. It'd be if he said no to us, it'd be the first thing he said no to. So,
wow, damn,
wow,
put his ass in the bathroom, B.
Yo, Prime, drive over to Ev's and take back that case of Red Bull. He is out of pocket. out of pocket. Man. Yo, Tim, I know you got a better take than that.
Yeah, man. I am so tired. And I mean so tired of seeing people dress up like Taylor Swift. And every damn time they score a touchdown, can we take it away? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Please. I'm so like Taylor Swift? Yeah, no, they went to the Chiefs game. They're going to the game. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Every time he scored, matter of fact, I'm not gonna, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is playing so bad, bro. Every time somebody else scores, they show her. Can we stop?
That's the NFL for you, man. They gotta find a way.
God.
They gotta find a way.
Now
so tired.
5 seconds ago was Evans got to go to the bathroom, and now the NFL's got to find a way we get the Kelce's on the screen. All right,
that's something different. You and your feelings.
That's his brother.
You're in your feelings.
Brother.
The man was upset because he was behind the grill. I was behind the grill with you yesterday too, bro. And I wanted to be at other things, but we had to worry about us.
I'm still shocked at Evans' hot take. That is probably.
He told you it was going. He told you it was going to be
spicy.
It was going to be effective, man. He told you. He kept it 100
with that spice ball.
I'm gonna go with my hot take. Just get off my chest. I do think it's time for the link. The link needs an upgrade. I think.
What you mean?
I just think
Gail was in heaven yet.
It's time to. Well, I started to look at you once you start sitting all over the stadium, you start to see that they're. I'm like, why can't we just walk over the other side? Why is this like connecting? Like all these other stadiums, you can just walk around, right? You can walk around.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got to go here to here and then down. It needs to upgrade. I do think if they're going to start upgrading the lots, make this stadium a little bit bigger.
Would you ever be open to taking the elements out of it and becoming one of these domed teams?
No.
It just needs an upgrade.
I mean, look, we've been.
I don't need the dome. I don't need the dome.
I don't
think I'm
opposed
not
against
to the
it.
dome.
I'm not against it.
Dome.
No, I'm not against it.
Really?
I'm not against it. I lived a good life seeing, at the vet. My time was the vet here. We've been through all crazy weathers. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not against the dome. I'm cool with it. I think I live.
But
the open
winter back home is not that bad.
It's not that bad though, man. But it could.
Yeah.
Listen, coming
You
from
get a
somebody
dome.
who has the option,
Okay,
go back to heat after you freeze your ass off for 1 or 2
But
days.
most of my games, but most of the games I've been to, but most of the games I've been to, I'm saying,
my ass is cold.
I get
I
it.
still got to deal with that.
But
everything like that.
If you see Tim in the winter at a tailgate, and you see him quivering.
No, whoa.
I saw him quivering at MetLife.
Nah, you're
quivering.
Dog, it was snowing, and then I had to take off my jacket and give him my
was
water.
quivering. You can't be
you
can't be that big and cold. Come on, man. You're like,
first of all,
I gotta go. I was like, what?
Can I sit in between y'all?
Yo, wow. Yo, wow.
Now I don't think Philadelphia's not. We don't need no dome. Like the elements, we like the elements. I just think you have to just.
You get a dome, you can host the Super Bowl, bro. You don't want to host the Super Bowl in Philadelphia,
bro?
It'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Okay.
Super Bowl being in Philadelphia.
No, what about MetLife? They had a Super Bowl in the middle of winter.
I get that.
That is true. I forgot about that.
They tend to lean towards dome stadiums, don't they? For the Super Bowl venue?
They do.
So?
Yeah, they do.
I was not quivering. Stop. Don't listen to him. He over here capping. Don't listen to him.
Nah, we don't need no dome.
You're telling me that?
Thank you.
Listen, I know you want to feel all brawn and strong, but if you're telling me that you're not leaving the lots at 30 degrees and walking into a 68-degree building, and you're not feeling all right about that, I don't know.
I mean, we tailgated.
I feel all right about that.
We tailgated in 15-degree weather at one point.
Yeah, and then you could walk into a regulated temperature stadium after that.
The only one who wants a retractable roof is Pete Nathan because he's not built like that.
I would like that. Cool.
Nobody want no damn retractable roof.
It gives us options.
Yeah.
Oh,
just saying. And you know it ain't gonna happen. Just saying. Speaking for you.
Oh no, it definitely happened. we fighting over the Sixers right now.
Now, Ev, I understand that you have gotten into some fantasy.
I'm back in, bro. I'm back in.
Some fantasy play?
Bro,
it's the greatest time of year again. Football's back, and it's here to stay until February. Over 1 million fans across 33 states have gotten the game last year by making picks on Underdog Fantasy. I'm back in the game myself. I mean, I took a few years off of, entering in any contests or anything like that. And now I'm trying to win some money again, man. I mean, I sit here and talk about the Eagles. We talk about different performances from players, and I'm going after the props. Making picks on Underdog is very straightforward. All you got to do is sign up. And you head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or go to underdogfantasy.com and sign up using promo code Jawn. And the Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jawn, to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Now here's the legal stuff. You must be 18 years or older to enter, 21 plus if you're in Massachusetts, Arizona, 19 plus if you're in Alabama or New Hampshire, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply, void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE NY.
Ev's got the best eyes, man.
You need to speed that up. You gotta speed it up now. Like
great reader.
Speed it up.
great reader. But yeah, man. Last take before we last word before we get out of here, Tim.
Oh yeah, man. Sam, please come back. We will throw you. We will make that contract happen. Y'all can take bum ass Huff, please. Y'all can just just give us our Camden guy back, please. Jersey, stand up. I just checked my flight too, so I'll see everybody in New Orleans.
Bob's last take is fire Sirianni. What about you, Prime?
Yikes.
Last word. I want to say thank you to the Philadelphia Eagles. Yesterday, me and the wife had the privilege to be on the field to hold the American flag.
Super dope.
Best moment by far, man. Yeah, it was definitely cool. Got to see the players after they got introduced. They ran over to our side of the field, to do their normal traditional praying. Jalen was like maybe about 3 feet away from me. CJ was like right in front of me. It was cool. Definitely a moment to take in from the beginning to the end. And you know what I mean? It was cool. I definitely recommend it. So, big ups to Philadelphia Eagles for making that happen. Go Birds, man. Just stay positive. Stay positive. We're going to New Orleans. We're going to represent like we normally do.
Yes, sir.
Evan Hollywood Hearn. Last word. It's not a Kelsey hit.
It's no Kelsey hit piece coming here. Looking forward to checking out yet another NFL stadium. Thanks to Philly Sports Trips. Really looking forward to the New Orleans trip. That's going to be a fun time. Look forward to seeing everybody down there. Like I said, the things as of right now feel a lot like last year, but it's week 2, heading into week 3. There's plenty of time to right the ship. You rattle off a few wins in a row. This conversation is completely different. The chemistry on this team is completely different, and our outlook for the season is completely different. So the season is still young. I mean, look at Carolina, for God's sakes. They still don't want to give up on the season, and they're benching their first overall pick in Bryce Young.
That's wrong how they did him too. That's wrong.
I don't think it is. They got plenty of time, man. Plenty of time. He's
Bro, he has no talent around him either.
Yeah, they traded that away.
Evan's a tough crowd, dude. Evan's a tough crowd.
Because I'm hating on Carolina? Because Carolina's giving up on 5'10" Bryce Young?
You are.
Whatever. I'm done.
He's like, I'm done hating. My last word is I appreciate all you guys in the comments, and everyone's fired up. It was hard to get to all the comments in there. There was so many. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Enjoying the vibe of the tailgate. Always great to meet you guys in person, on the road. Shout out again to Philly Sports Trips for making this New Orleans trip happen. I did see that comment about crawfish. I can't wait to see Ev and Tim eat some crawfish. I know Prime ain't gonna eat it, but I'm just saying.
French fries.
I can't wait to eat some crawfish in New Orleans. Shout out to again all the people that helped out with the tailgate. Shout out to Ev and Prime for holding it down. When you see all those hungry people and just waiting for cheesesteak and waiting for the vibe to kick off, we all got to form like Voltron to make this happen. So I appreciate you guys.
We were flown.
It was a good time. Everyone had a good time. Shout out to all the random people in the community that stopped by. You don't got to stop by, but when you do, we appreciate it. Last but not least, shout out my pops. My pops is in the hospital. If you could say a big prayer, we could use it.
Most definitely.
But that's all for us. We'll see you guys in the next one. And fly, Eagles, fly.